Hello, this is Johnny. Today we're going to do a customer firmware update to the latest version. There is a new hack version, version 2.02 that was released maybe a month or two already. So I apologize I didn't get to it right away. But as you could see in my video, I was so busy with the Neo Geo ASP that I didn't get a chance to work on this one. So now those are all pretty much done, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to the AIWO. Now this one already have a customer firmware using RetroArch 1.8. So just showing you the back, this is the power. Okay, so if you plug it in, you will see this is the power that plug in. And when you plug it in, the power, you see the red light. See that? The red light. Okay? So if you unplug it, no power. Okay? So this is the power. And you plug that in first. Alright. Mine's the older connection. Some of you guys might have a different connection, but they all work the same. Now I'm going to plug this one to the top port number 1. Now I heard after the new hack, the port number 1, I guess it got moved to the bottom. I'm not sure, but we're gonna check it out after we hack it. Now this one already have a customer firmware hack, which is if you turn the power on. Let me go ahead and turn the power on. Is running the old version. Mine is the very first one, which is I think it's just a 2. Okay, mine is using RetroArch 1.8.1. So we are going to upgrade it to the latest RetroArch, which is 1.9. And it's supposed to have more bug fix, meaning that you should have like a battery life and stuff like that. So it's much nicer and all that stuff. And so we are going to check into that and see how we could make this customer firmware updated to the latest version. Now I will do a separate video later how to go from I'll also do another one for JXD, which is the JXD, which was the white one, same size screen, 7 inches. Okay, and this one is the one we are working on, the AIWO. This is the one we're working on. So later I will do the JXD. They use different firmware, customer firmware, but they the step is pretty much the same. But this one we're gonna do it from the beginning, where no hack at all. We're gonna do it from. I'm gonna put it back to factory default, and we're going to do it from the beginning. This one already have customer firmware, as you can see. You have RetroArch 1.8.1. okay, so first you do is you have to plug the power in. Okay, we're going to turn the power off. Make sure you plug this to the PC. Okay, so this go here and this go to the other end, go to your computer. So let me get the cable out, and we're going to take this end. Okay, we're going to plug it to my PC hub. Alright, so let's move the camera a little bit over. There's my PC hub. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, plug this in. Alright, so how you put this in the safe mode, I'm gonna show you right now, and then we're gonna go to the computer and do everything on the computer. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're going to push the power and hold the return. There's the return, so we're gonna hold it. Okay, and then you're gonna press we're gonna hold that button, and we're going to turn the power on, and you're going to hear a sound on the computer. So give a few minutes. So once the computer hear it, that means it is on. Let me try again. Maybe I need to plug it directly because the hub for some reason is not recognizing it. Alright, let me plug it directly to the computer instead of to the hub. For some reason it's not recognizing it. Alright, let me do that real quick. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to plug this to my other side. I have to unplug my iPhone because alright, so let's do this real quick before my iPhone went out of battery. So I'm going to hold on to this, return, and press the power at the same time. Let go. There you go. Now it's connected. You hear that ding 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 sound? Alright, so now we're gonna go to the computer and we're going to run the hack program. Alright, Alright, just a quick video about what kind of scan disk I'm using. I'm using a 400 gigabyte SanDisk Ultra, and I'm using this one 400 because I have a PlayStation and also Nintendo 64 and also CD Turbo 16 and PC Engine CD. They take up a lot of space, and also Sega Genesis CD. They all will work with this customer firmware, and so I need all the space I could get. The last one I used was 256 gigabyte, and they are just not big enough for everything to go in here, because I'm putting a lot of PlayStation and also Sega CD. I'm trying to put the full set of Sega CD and Turbo 16 CD and PC Engine CD. So those of you, if you haven't watched that, watch the video for the Turbo 16 and the PC Engine CD. Those are full set, okay? And I told you guys that it was the version 2.02. Let me correct that. It's actually, this was released on August 23rd that I have downloaded, and it's version 2.03. So 2.02 was the old one, but this is the new version that cover the RetroArch 1.9. So we're going to go ahead and go in the computer, and I'm going to show you how to format the SD card and increase the space to maximum 400 gigabyte, and how to transfer your data over, and also how to update your old customer firmware to the new 2.03. But I'm not going to show you how to back up your data. So those of you who haven't backed it up yet, please do so. Watch my old video, back up your data before you do this, okay? Because if you break it and if you don't back up your data, I'm not responsible for your system to mess up, okay? So please watch those videos, and you should be good to go. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're in the computer now. So there's two things we need to do. First is the SD card now is in here. I'm using a 400 gigabyte SanDisk, and when I pop it in, it recognized it, so it opened up the folder. So let's go ahead and check it and see what kind of partition it is using. It's using the EX-FAT, and we had to format this to a FAT32. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the program called GUI format. So I'm going to format this, because if you use anything more than 32 gigabyte, when you click format, it doesn't give you the option to format as a FAT32. It only give you those two. So you have to download a special software, and you could download a software by going to search. So let me show you how to find it. You could go to Google and then search for GUI format for FAT32, which is this one. Okay, and it will give you a place to download. Like you could download this one, version 1.1, or you could download directly from here as well. Okay, so once you download it, you just run the program. You don't have to do any kind of pre-install or anything. You don't have to do any install. You just go down, look for it, and then just say download from the window. And I'll go ahead and put that on your description. So let me open up the notepad, and I'll put that in your description so you know how to download GUI format 32, FAT32. Okay, so this will be okay. So then you have to choose where you want to download it from. So you could download it from US, download from any other places, wait for 5 seconds. So I'll go ahead and give you this link. Okay, and then you just save it. Any particular place is fine. I'm just gonna save it in the download folder. Okay. Alright, so I say thank you for using this. So let me see if I could copy that and make sure it worked too. So let me open up a new tab, sorry, not tag, tab. And then go ahead and paste it and see what automatic, yeah, so it will automatic download in 6 seconds. Okay. So this link will be good. So you don't have to like trying to figure out which one is what. Okay. So once it's finished downloading, we are going to close that and minimize this, and we're going to go ahead and run the program from the download folder. And there's the GUI format. Now, when you download it from the website, from our old preview site, you will have the latest version of the customer firmware for the AIWO, and that is the customer firmware 2.0. Okay, so my special drive is G. To make sure you have the correct drive. Check it again, because once you format it, you cannot undo it, and everything you have will be deleted. So it is 366 gigabyte. Even though it's advertised and sell it for 400 gigabyte, it lack of 40 gigabyte. Huh. So you lost a lot of byte on this one. So let's go ahead and format the G. So we're going to select the G drive, and it say 393 gigabyte EXD. So this is the correct one we're going to format. All right. So what do you want to call it? You could call it anything you want. I'm just going to put this for the AIWO, or I'm just going to put it because it's actually a G1000, but I don't want to make it that big. So I'm going to put GIWO customer firmware. Okay. Because they have a limit of how long you could have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a pretty official 7 character. All right, so I'm going to click start. Make sure double check again before you click OK. I have that happen where I actually format my hard drive, and my hard drive data is all gone. All right, now you will get this problem. Why? Because my file is open. Okay, and if you open, you cannot format. So you need to close that folder. Otherwise, it will not let you format. Okay, so do it again. Do OK. The reason it's still thinking is that because that SD card, it was previously open, so I'm going to reject the SD card and put it back in. So that way I know for a fact that nothing is open up. So I'm going to reject the SD card, put the SD card back in. All right, the sound, I mean the SD card is open. I mean it's inserted to the computer, not open, inserted. And then I'm going to go ahead, make sure it's a G drive and it's EFAC. And see, now open. I need to make sure I close it again. And I'm going to go ahead and label this AIWO customer firmware 2, customer firmware 2-3. so I know that. So I do star, okay. All right. So if you still get this, you need to close that out. We open it again. Go to your download folder again, and we execute this program again. Say yes. Yeah, that program is very picky. Okay. If the program see you open the drive you're gonna format, it won't let you format. So that's why you have to close and reopen it. So customer firmware, 2_3. Do it again. Okay. The file is open on your device. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and format this, and then I'm going to do it again with the. I'm gonna go format. It's a good idea to go ahead and format it. I'm gonna format it with a regular format like NTFS, and I'm going to call this the AIWO. Let's just put C and then customer firmware _3. All right, let's format that. G drive, yes. Okay. That does happen whenever you get a brand new one. If you're having a problem formatting it, and the reason I'm recording this is to show you that you will run into problem and how you go about make it work. Because if I do a video that doesn't have any issue, you guys will never. Those people who run into issue will not know how to fix it. Correct? So yes, we are going through this step by step so you guys know how to go about fixing it when you do run into a problem. All right, so I'm gonna go back and looking for my format folder. I have it right here, shortcut. So I'm gonna open that. I guess that one is not there no more. All right. Okay, I'm just going to go back to that folder again and looking for my download. GI, click yes. Where can I this is my hard drive, 2 terabyte. Don't want to format my 2 terabyte. Okay, I'm going to format. Now it's called the AIW2. Okay, just do star. Okay. All right, now format is going to be successful. Okay, so now it's formatted as a FAT32 on the top. You see that? Before it was I formatted to NTFS, so now it's formatted to FAT32. It's always a good idea whenever you get a brand new SD card, micro SD card, is to burn an image onto it. Okay, burn an image that is made for like 400 gigabyte to make sure you don't have any defected SD card. I do find bad SD card that I do get from eBay and from Amazon, but not as often in Amazon than I do with eBay. So make sure you don't get a fake SD card sold at you a very cheap price, but it's a fake, it's a malfunction one. Okay. But today, due to the video training showing you how, I'm not going to burn a 400 gigabyte Raspberry Pi image on it just to test it. I'm just going to go ahead and do burn the AIW software onto it. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go back to my. So now the image is ready to format. Now, if you do not have an AIW image, and this is the brand new one, then this is a step for you. If you already have this and you already have an SD card, you just want to pop it in and just upgrade, then you don't need to do this step on SD card. Okay. So this is just for people who haven't done the SD card. So when you download, you're going to get a README file. And let's go ahead and open up the README file using, I guess, Notepad++ is fine. No, yes, and just keep that. Okay. So this is created by the guy who created the hack. He the one who put this together. So he did not update, or maybe I did not update it. This is actually supposed to be 2.3. Okay. And the command line is this. This is the only command line you need to do. And So let's go ahead and run that command line. Okay, so we're going to run that command line and format this by going to the DOS prompt. You could go, I made a shortcut DOS prompt, or you could just type CMD and you will find the command prompt, and you could run the program. But no, that's not the right way. Sorry, you need to open up the program. So you have drive assistant. If you don't have a drive installed, you need to run the drive assistant. You need to unzip it and install the drive assistant. So let's go ahead and unzip that. Put it into, let's see what this folder have. If a folder have already create drive assistant like it does right here, you don't want to create another drive assistant. Then you're gonna have a double folder. So you're just gonna say extract here. So right click, I'm just gonna say extract here. All right, because it's automatically gonna create a folder for me. See that? Same thing with this one. I'm just gonna say extract here, and that's the customer. That's the program we're gonna run. This is the image, and then we are going to extract here. This is the tool you're gonna be using. Okay, and then this is the drive assistant, which we already unzip already. So we unzip this one, which is this image that we need to burn this image to the AIWO, and this is the one we're going to burn this one into SD card. So I'm going to say extract here. Now this one take a long time to download and it take a long time to extract. Okay, so we're going to let that extract and then we will come back to the SD card. So let's go ahead and run the firmware update. I already have the driver installed, and so when you have the driver already installed, you already recognize it. So let's go to device management. I believe this machine already have it, but I haven't done it for a long time, so I don't know it. So if it does have it, you will see this folder called app server. Oh, it says other server. So you need to do right click and do update driver. Okay, so that's good. We have it, plug it in, it recognize it as other device, but it doesn't know what is it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to update your driver. So your driver right now is AD driver. This is some of the window one. Okay, this is a driver install. You could try to install the driver first. Say install the driver. Before they didn't, you had to do the update yourself, but this time they have the software to install it. So right now recognized as a rocket chips. That's what it's supposed to say. So would you like to install the driver software? Okay, so let's look at the device manager again before we install it. I just want you to see it real quick. Okay, so right now it's recognized this as AAP USB, but it doesn't understand what this is. So after we install this, it's going to add rocket chips into your device management. Okay, so I'm going to click install. Okay, install is okay. All right, so we're going to click close. Then we're going to click, I guess, refresh. Scan for hardware change. Okay, so if it still does not recognize it, like right now it's still saying the APP, best thing is to right click and update the driver. And then you browse your computer. Then you want to browse to this location, driver assistant. Okay, and you say window could not find it, so you're going to search again. No, we're not going to do it that way. Maybe it's this. I think maybe it's this one. Update your driver. Browse your computer. Browse. Okay. Let's do next, see if it recognize that. I have a feeling that we have to go to the driver. So let's go to the word driver. And mine is the x64 window 10. And we are going to point to that location instead. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done this long time, so we are going to figure how to do this together. Okay. All right. It say Windows has successful update your driver Rocket USB device. So a while ago, I was selecting the APP. The one was having a problem was that, see that big triangle with the explanation, that's the one was having problems. So I picked that one and do an update driver. And then now it's successfully because I point to this location. So let me close that out. See now it see the Rocket device. Even though there's a question mark, it knows it's a Rocket class. So it added this into your system. Okay, so that you know that the triangle that I was telling you about down here next to the AAP server is not there no more. Okay, so now it's moved up to its own area with the Rocket USB. That's what we just installed. Okay, now we could go and run the program, do the update. So this is how you will update your Rocket device for the AIWO. Okay, and also the same way you would do for JXD that we're going to do afterward, right, after this one, because the download link is a little bit different because the framework is made for the JXD and this one is made for the, but everything else here is the same. The driver, the tool is all the same, and the command line is the same. It just, this one is made just for AIW and the other one is made for JXD. So we will do that later. All right, so now we go into the Android tool console 2.4. Okay, now there's a README document if you want to read it, but it's not necessary. And normally when you download this, it's going to be in Chinese. So I want to go ahead and edit this with Notepad++ and make sure, oh, it doesn't have any parameter in here. Weird, it's left empty. Okay, well, let's go ahead. Let's start the program, see what happened. Yes. All right. Oh, okay. I was remembering the different one. There was another program that you have to change. This one you don't. Yeah, I tell you, it's been a while. Okay. So now it asks you, do you want to press 1? It say the list of rockets is connected. See, if it doesn't say connected, that means your driver is not set up right. Your cable is not plugged in right. Because when you plug it in, you're supposed to hear like a bell sound, dun, dun, you know. And if it doesn't hear it, that means it doesn't recognize the hardware that just plugged in. When I first time plugged in, I used one of the hub, it didn't work. So I changed it to another hub and it worked. So you need to check out to see which one to plug in. If you plug it in, your computer don't recognize, doesn't make a sound. Mine is set up to make sounds. That anytime I plug in any new device hardware into my laptop, it makes sounds. Okay, that's how I know it recognize it. It find a new hardware that was plugged in. If it doesn't recognize it, then you have to plug into a different USB or use a different cable. Okay, so I found one, and I'm going to just going to press 1 to continue. Okay, press enter. All right. So when you press 1, it's going to give you all this extra command line that you could play with. I will not mess with that. Okay, I'll just leave that alone. Now we're going to go back to the README file, which is in the Notepad, and this is the command line that I'm going to use. Line 18, okay, or number 8. You count down. There's a number 8. Okay, you don't want to use with the quote. Do not use without the quote. Okay, don't copy this whole thing with a quote like that. Copy just this. Oop, just this line. Okay. All right, and then you notice that this is not the correct name. It need to be the correct name, which is 3. Okay. Now, if this is, let me make sure this. All right, let me go ahead and copy this. If it's wrong, we could change it. Okay. Copy. All right. So we're gonna put it right here. Now, before we press enter, we need to make sure the file name is the same. Okay, now here's the problem. The image need to be inside this folder. If you press enter, it's not going to work because your file is not here. So you need to go back out. Oops, too much. Go back out, grab this image, which is AIWJ cop. Well, best don't copy. It take a long time. Just do. Let's just go ahead and copy. So I make double copies. It won't hurt. And then paste it here. You could cut and paste. It's a small file. It's not that big. I just make another copy. Copy and paste it here. If you don't paste this file here, it's not going to work. Okay. Now if you run the program, it should work now. Now this file needs to be the same. So it's AIWO underscore uppercase JUNK underscore uppercase CFW underscore 2 underscore 0 underscore 3 dot image. So it's the same file, same name. Okay. Then you're going to press enter. Now this shouldn't take that long. Okay. It should not take more than a minute. We are not going to cut any. We are going to see how long it takes. Okay. So it's running it and it should be finished in no time. Now the SD card might be a little bit longer. Okay. That one I might have to like maybe post and pause it and redo it. So let's go check the SD card. See if it finished unzipping. Okay, here's the image for the SD card. So this one is ready to run the SD card. Okay, so we need to remember where the location of the SD card. So I'm going to make a copy of that image. While that thing is still running, we are going to go look for Win32 right there. Win32. Going to open it up. Say yes, and we're going to do the SD card. Okay. Now we want to make sure that this is the file location. Okay, we're going to browse it. We're going to go and change that to instead of C, we're going to paste that new location, and we're going to pick this image. This is only for AIW. This is for micro SD card. Okay, this is for SD card. SD. That's why I say SD. Okay, pick that one. Do open. All right. So make sure you change it to your G drive. Mine is a G drive. Okay. Make sure you are pointing to the right place. If you don't, you will format your hard drive. You don't want to do that. See, this one is finished. Right into LBD 100% completed. So we could go and check that out real quick. But before we go check it out, I'm going to use my old 256 and check it out. But before that, we're going to go ahead and make sure, yeah, this is a G drive. See that? AIW, we name it, we name it AIW 2_3. So we will know, because I have so many different drives, it's best to name your drive so you know what that SD card is for, and it's for new customer firmware 2.3. So that's what I recommend. You don't have to call anything. You don't need to name it anything. You can leave it blank. But I like to name it so I know what is that SD card, because the SD card is so small. I can put a label on it. I can put down, say, oh, this is the customer firmware for AIW. So what I do is I put a label on it. I put a name on it so I know. Okay. So, and anytime if you have a problem with SD card, always good idea to do this. Okay. I always tell people, if you have problem with SD card, go to property, and that's how you fix your SD card. Go to tool, they do a check, and they say scan and repair drive. That's how you repair your SD card. If there's something wrong, it's corrupted or foul. If you try to write something to it, it doesn't work, you need to do this, okay? And close it, close that, okay? So we're gonna format this SD card, and this is a 400 gigabyte. So I'm gonna say write to SD card. Say, are you sure you're about to destroy your SD card? Say, are you sure you want to continue? Yes. All right. Now this one is a very small byte. You have to run another tool to fix this. So we're going to let it go through this real quick. And then we are going to come back to do the SD card. This one is finished. So we are going to go to the AIW and check it out while this is formatting. So once this is finished formatting, we are going to open up another tool, which is called the MiniTool Partition Wizard, and I will give you the link. This needs to be version 10.3. Anything higher than 10.3 is require you to pay. It's not free software. You will have to purchase it. This one is a free software from them that let you use for free. So this is going to format it, but the file is very big. It's made for any SD card size. So you could use 16 gig, 32 gig, 64 gig, 256 gig, or 128 gigabyte. Or like me, go beyond. I use a 400 gigabyte. So you could use any size you want. Now, this image will work on any size of the SD card you purchase, okay? But just you are limited of how much software, how much game you could put if you buy a smaller SD card. The bigger SD card you have, the more you could put, from the Johnny's YouTube link that have the software you could download. All right, so let's go check the other one out, and then we will come back and continue with this. Okay, we're on the console, the AIWO, and the reason it's showing that because I haven't put the SD card in, and this is the old SD card, which is the 256 gigabyte SanDisk. Okay, SanDisk, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this one, just let you see what I have. Put it in here. Well, actually, take it out. Okay, I'm gonna flip it upside down, and I'm gonna put it into back of this. All right. Now, if you guys do not have an SD card created, stay tuned right after this video. It will show you how to partition it correctly, and then transfer the download from my YouTube channel to the SD card, and then you can use it for this new customer framework update. So if those of you who haven't created SD card, it will show you how to do it. Now, those of you already have created an SD card, you could use the old one. Okay, so just FYI, you could use the old one. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around, and like I say, facing up, and this facing down, and go ahead and insert it here, press it in. Okay, and it's in there. All right, see, now when you put it in, it shows this. Okay, I recommend you turn it off, but yes, this one will allow you to play the old customer stock firmware due to the fact that it's supported. Now the JXD do not. Okay, so if JXD, when you plug it in, it will not have a blue background, it will have a black background. So just let you know. All right, so we're going to turn it off and turn it back on. And once you turn it back on, it's going to go to the RetroArch version 1.9. Now originally when I showed you in the beginning, it was 1.8.1. so this is supposed to be the latest version, plus it's the latest version of customer firmware 1.9. okay, so if I scroll to the right and to the left, everything I have on the SD card, it transfer over nicely, no problem. So you could still use your old SD card. Okay, and so now if you notice, if you see it close, it tell you the battery life. So that is being fixed. So there's a lot of stuff that's being fixed, and this is how you upgrade to the customer firmware. Okay, and then you could go to the video and go to setup. So let's go to one of the game, and let's try it out and see if it plays just fine. So this is my music setup. This is my Amiga. So that is already there. Atari 26. It will show you where to get it from the next video. Okay, 7800 is out already. Atari Lynx, Wonder Swarm Color, and then black and white Wonder Swarm, and Capcom, the full set of Capcom Classic is all going to be there. Okay, all right, so let's try one of this game real quick and see what it look like. So I'm going to scroll to this one. It will show you the box art. I'm going to just press enter. Let's see, press A button. Okay, because I was I was used to, because the Neo Geo, A is up here, this A is down here. Okay. All right. So this one is already set up for me from the previous video, where you have the bezel. So you want to install that and customize it. Watch that video. If you don't know how to do it, you could do it yourself. And we could go ahead and turn. So the volume is already up, so I don't need to turn the sound back up. And I'm just going to press the select, insert the coin, press star, press A. Alright, I press the return button. Return button is right there. Press the return button, and I got this screen. And I could actually save it. Saves the stage. Press A. Okay, press the return button again, and I'm ready to exit out. I think exit is on top. Man, I haven't used this for a long time. I forgot what is what. Press A. Okay, so this is the new customer firmware. It does give you battery life, and everything is running very smoothly and nice. And so press B. Yeah, B is still B. And then just move left and right, and you get your background back up. All right, so this is all the new stuff. You got ColecoVision that you could download. CPS 1 and 2, I already removed it. I put it in all in one, so don't worry about those. Just for test purposes. And then you had Dolphin is only have 3 games that you could. I think it's only have 3 games. You could download those. Okay. Either 3 or 2. I don't remember now. And then Final Burnout for this is for all the Neo Geo. Oh, I didn't have the picture for Neo Geo. See, I didn't have the picture for Neo. See, if you don't have a picture, remember the last one you opened. So the last one we opened was handheld electronic game, and it's missing Final Burnout for Neo Geo. So that's why it's not showing any picture. It was showing Dolphin. So I was like, hey, what? How come it's like that? Okay. So I need to fix that on my side. Your image that you download from YouTube, it will have everything. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just that I've been doing a lot of different changes and this and that. That's the reason mine is not. Okay, here's the main, and here's all the 500 top game. Not just the game that work. It's actually the 500 top game that actually work on the RetroArch. Okay, so you got a lot of this game here that some of them do not play on Neo Geo arcade stick. So those of you who want to purchase arcade stick, you have to ask yourself, why am I purchase this for? If you purchase it for only for Capcom and Neo Geo, then yes, I will recommend the Neo Geo arcade stick, because it also Neo Geo support the ROM, the BIOS setting, which is very nice. You know, the BIOS setting is right there, so it's really nice to have that. But if you buying it for different console, right now Neo Geo do not support different console, okay, and does not support all the different main. So if you look closely on this one support Final Burnout Neo because of RetroArch. This one support the same. Oh, Neo Geo is all supporting the same, but this one AIWO is actually using May 2000 to work. Okay, so if you was to go to now, also support the television and Microsoft MSX and Microsoft MXX2. So you have that together in Turbo CD and PC Engine CD, which I don't have. I think it's because of lack of space. I deleted just to able to do other tests. And then PC Engine is here. And TurboGrafx only have 5 games, so you got those 5 games with the box art plus the cartridge. So those are pretty nice. I took time to create those. And Turbo 16 and Nintendo Famicom, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. Now those you're not going to find them in separate game folder. They are all come in together as one pack. So if you're looking for those particular game, you won't find Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and they all come together in one pack. So you will have to download the full pack that came with all this Game Boy Color, and NES, and Super Nintendo, okay, and also Nintendo 64. All right, so just let you know, okay, those are all in one pack, plus the Sega Genesis. I never did the Sega Genesis, so I just realized I forgot to do it, so I did a Sega. And also Virtual Boy. No, I think Virtual Boy is separate. I did have that separate. And Sega CD32X is separate, you could find it. And then Game Gear, Genesis, Mark III, Master System, Mega Drive, Japanese version, Mega Drive CD also work. And that's the reason it's running out of space on my SD card. And Sega SC 1000, okay, support that too. And then SG 1000, Sharp 6800. And those people who love Neo Geo Pocket Color, Pocket Color is here, okay, and then Pocket as well, okay. So yes, I do have all the ROM and setup for everybody. It's just that Neo Geo arcade stick do not support those. And then here's the Neo Geo. Oh, okay, so I have an extra one I need to remove. This is the Neo Geo set. See, say Neo Geo, and here's the picture. That's the reason that one did not have a picture. I have an extra one that I need to delete. Alright, and then PlayStation. A lot of cool PlayStation game. But it take up a lot of space. And then Vectron. And then back to main. Okay, that's all the game that I able to get it working with this RetroArch. Alright. So you could I'm creating a formula for this, so you guys could add game, delete game, and all that stuff like you do with the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro. Because a long time ago I didn't know how to do it, but because I had to do so many that I got to a point I'm like, you know what, it's wasting me the whole week just to create a one console. And so I create a formula which reduced from 1 week to only take me 3 hours just to create a one of the lists. So using that same formula, I have able to create the game list for the RetroArch. So if you need to create a game list, you could take the game list, transfer it to and then sort them out or delete it or add it and then put it back in, and it will create this game list for you. So I've been working on that and try to get that finished. So stay tuned for that one too. I'm trying to get that to work. So if you guys are interested in that, please let me know on the video. Okay, so that's pretty much it that I wanted to show you. That those people who haven't seen this for a long time or forgot about it, you have a different console. If this is a brand new setup that you never done the SD card before and you are doing the first time customer firmware, go down to my YouTube channel, say AIWO CFW by Johnny. You know, I will show you that in YouTube from the next video from here, and you could check it out and look at that. And they don't have to be downloaded in a certain order. Now, Neo Geo, you probably want to download that first before you download the main, because the main is the latest one. So download the main the last. Download the rest of this first, then download the main last, because main have the latest stuff. So that you want to do this one main last, okay? And this one have the 510 plus, the most popular game that is on this system. So you don't have to like worry that Johnny, I have some game I like, can you test it to make sure it works? I will create that formula. You could just put it in here so easily, and then you could play it. Most of the game will work on this. Even this my bike that does not work on Neo Geo, it work here because the D-pad work. So yeah, all these cool games will work over here. even the Afterburn, it do not work on Neo Geo. Okay, Neo Geo arcade stick, because you cannot configure the joystick. The joystick will not allow you to configure. So same thing with Afterburn 2 does not work on Neo Geo Pro. And then somebody asked me about the Golden Axe. The Golden Axe, the Revenge Death Address something, it work here. Okay, so you have that too. So let me go to let me show that off real quick. Yeah, those games work on this system. So if you want to play more game, this one probably would be the best bet to go about it, because it's running pretty well, it's pretty stable, and you could mod this like I did. I changed a different joystick. This one have a clicking joystick. See that? And it's more stiffer than the other one that come with it. It's a little wobble joystick. Yeah, those joystick, you could replace this, and you could actually plug an RK 1-up joystick directly here. Use the RK, and then plug the video directly to the big screen TV, and then you could mod this into a bigger console. You could take in RK 1-up, the counter cabinet, mini cabinet, and put this board onto the system and convert this to a bigger console. So I have a video that I did that, where you can actually play the arcade game, an arcade stick, and play all this RetroArch without spending too much money on the Raspberry Pi. Because Raspberry Pi, you have to get a cooling fan, which is like $20, and then Raspberry Pi is about right now you could get it for $55 for Raspberry Pi 4, for the 4 GB, but okay, a while ago I showed you how to unzip the SD card and how to write the program into the SD card. Now I'm going to show you, once it says it's finished, it will say write successful, and then this will pop up, say you need to format your H drive. We don't have an H drive, we have a G drive. Now I want to show you something, because whenever this happens, it's going to create another partition that you cannot have access to it. So we're going to go ahead and cancel this. We're going to do OK, and we're going to exit out. All right. So now we're going to go and check out the file browser, and we are going to look at what we have on the side. Okay. So we have a new drive with O and all that other stuff. So, and then we have a G. So what we're going to do is use the USB before you remove it. So now the SD card that we put in, the 400 GB, is now formatted with H, O, and G. Okay, so you have 3 partitions, H, O, and G. All right, just let you guys, I want you guys to see that, because you guys are going to get confused. Is that which one should I use? Okay, I don't know which one. You could click on each one, and if the one you click is not correct, it's going to give you an error, say you need to format. Just click cancel, and I believe it might be G, it might not be G. So I have no idea which one is the correct one. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on H, O, and G to see which one. So, okay, so it might be G. Let's click on G. Yes, G is only have one file. Okay, doesn't do nothing. Okay, you might say, well, Johnny, I need to copy my file here. Why is G? So that's not the one. Click on O. This is the one. Okay, H is a different format. It's going to ask you, do you want to format? So no H. All right, so we click OK. So we're going to go to O. So mine is O. It might be a different alphabet. Okay, so mine is not G no more, because it used to be G. It's not G no more, and it's not H, so it's O. All right. In this O drive, you're going to put all your game in here, okay? All right, and you do not want to delete this, because if you delete this, your game will not work, your program will not work, because the guy who wrote the hack require you to have this file there at all time. If you delete this, your program will not work. All right, do not delete that. Okay, click too much. All right, and then here's the new RetroArch. you want to put all your stuff in here, like for example, your code, your bio, all that stuff is not here. Okay, so it's an empty folder, pretty much empty. So that's why you wanted to copy all the stuff that I gave you, the download link in the past video. You have to download that and copy it into here. So what I already did is I already have an iDrive, which I have the AIW already in there, and I could, or you could just copy from directly from the old SD card that you have, and then transfer into here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up another window, make this one smaller, and make this one smaller so we can see each other on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to look for AIW. Here is a 250 gigabyte backup from the AIW, and this one is the AIW that have the customer firmware. Okay, this is what I download. This is Super Nintendo hack, Genesis. This is all my other stuff. All right. So what you could do is here's all my old backup. So I'm just going to use my SD card, copy my SD card over to the new location. So I'm just going to copy my SD card and transfer into here. Okay. So I will have to pop out my old SD card and put it into SD card reader because it's a micro SD card. Put it in and put it into my computer. Hopefully that SD card reader doesn't have problem. Sometimes I have an SD card reader that do have problem. So okay, let's do it this way because some of you do not have an SD card. That this is your first time. So you want to download the AIW customer firmware Capcom full set. So what you want to do is open up your YouTube channel, okay, and then you want to go ahead and open one of the YouTube video, and then do a search for you want to do a search like you want to search AIWO cap customer firmware for Capcom. You can say by Johnny. Okay, and there's the Capcom version. Okay, so you go into the video. This is a different stuff. This is Genesis, and so you can download Genesis. So you go to Capcom, and then there's a video. You could pause the video, go down, and then there's the drive. Okay, so you could download the driver. Click on it. It say here's the Capcom full set. So you could click here to download, or you could click here to download. Either way, all right. Then you say download anyway, and it's going to drop it down to your computer. It's going to ask you where you want to download this to. Okay. Now I already downloaded this already, so let's go ahead and pause my talking so interfere this. So I already downloaded it already. So when you say extract, you're going to take 7-zip and you're going to say extract here. Okay. When you extract here, it's going to look like this. It's going to have retro and game, like those two. Okay. And the game Capcom is right here. Here's all your Capcom. All right. And then here's all the setup. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take those two, copy it, and then paste it. Okay. Now you see what the problem I'm having when I paste it it say you do not have enough space. But I'm like, well, Johnny, you have 400 gigabyte. Well, you don't have enough space because we forgot to do the software. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at it. How are we going to improve how are we going to make this space bigger? You're going to run a MiniTool Partition. Then you're going to say yes. Now, you're going to ask, well, Johnny, do I need to follow the sequence like I do with Neo Geo arcade stick? I need to download the first one, the second one, the third one. No, you don't have to. You could go to download Capcom, then you could download the May 510. You could go download the Sega Genesis. They are independent. They don't need to be each other, to work. You could download them in a different order you want. Okay. I always say no on this. This version is not free. They want to sell it to you, but the one behind you is free, the 10.3. So you're gonna click no. The reason this is beeping because I put the SD card in, but I just realized that those of you who are doing it the first time, you don't have an SD card to transfer over. So you need to rely on the YouTube download and then make your new SD card. Okay. Now before you start transferring data like I was doing, you need to go look for those GHO. Remember I was telling you about? Those 3 drivers right here. Those are the 3 that after I burned the image, it created the H, O, and G. So right there, H, O, and G right here. This is a space that is not being used. That's why you need this program to increase the O to a bigger size. You don't want to increase the G. G doesn't have anything. It's a FAT. Only have 1 file. You could see there's 1 file. This is the one you want to increase the size bigger because it's only have 102 megabyte. Not kilobyte, only megabyte. So let's look at it and see. Cancel. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and open the file manager and show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So if we go to the file manager and open up the O drive, and we're gonna do the property, okay? See, it's FAT32, but it only have 429 megabytes free space. You don't have enough space to copy Capcom Game Over because this one, how big is this file? This file is almost 1 gigabyte. The size of this is almost 1 gigabyte. 99.99 gigabyte is almost almost 1 terabyte. It's a 99 gigabyte or 0.99 gigabyte. Okay. So 0.99 gigabyte, and you don't have 0.99 gigabyte, you have only 400 free space. All right. So we need to use this space that is not being used. Okay, on the old drive. So we're gonna go back to this program, and we're going to we're gonna combine these 2 together. Okay. And the only way to do it is using this program to make it happen. So I'm going to right click it. I'm going to, no, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to right click here, and then I'm going to move and resize. Okay. Which one did I just click? I click on this one. Okay. Not this one, this one. Okay. Let me do it again because I might confuse you. Right click, move and resize. Then I'm going to take all that space right here is not being used, drag all the way to the max. Okay. Now I have 365 gigabyte available for me. Okay, let me undo this again. Let me show you what happened. Move and resize. I only have 1 gigabyte. Okay, 0.99 is equivalent to 1 gigabyte file of free space. Okay, so I'm going to increase that to 365 gigabyte by clicking, dragging all the way. Now it's 360. See, 364 plus 99 is 365.43 gigabyte now. Okay, so you want to do that, and then you click OK. See, now you have all this free space to copy all your data. Okay, you got plenty of space to copy all your data. Now to make this happen, you have to go to General and apply the change. Control A, apply the change. If you don't apply the change, it's not going to work. So apply the change, and you say applying the change. Yes. All right. So this is going to take a while, and when it finishes, then you could copy your file over to the O drive, and you should have no problem. Then you will continue downloading the other one. You will go to YouTube channel, and then you're going to look for AIW, and you could look for May, and there's May that Johnny's created. And you could download this one, 510 top game, okay? And you could download this one. This is game and watch. And you just scroll down and just look for, now this one is the same one as the other one, okay? So you don't need to download, well, this is arcade 1-up cabinet mod. You don't need to, this is the Neo Geo for AIW customer framework. So you want to download this one too. So you click on that. And this is for the full version. No, thank you. Scroll down. And this is for both the AIW and JXD, okay? Then you're going to click on the download for 234 game. All right, and there is a 234 game. And this one also fixed the May issue, which you don't really worry about. You don't have May issue anymore because we already have the new one. So you want to download this one first before you download the May, because it might change something in May. The one I just tell you to download, the May, that one's the latest one because I couldn't find the old one. So that's the latest one. So go ahead and download this one first, and you just go right click. Now this one is for people who doesn't this one is for people who doesn't have the hack, the stock framework. This is for the customer framework, okay? And so you want to right click that, and then you want to click the word download, select download, and then you're gonna say download anywhere, so you're gonna download to your computer. All right. So my video is still talking. Let me turn that off. So yeah, go ahead and download this one first because this is the older one. The newer one, you could download this one last because this is the new one I just created 1 month ago. So this is the new one that you want to download. And then you can scroll down the list and see what other one that you are missing. And you could download all those stuff. I wonder if I could see AIW by Johnny, see if I could get the whole folder. I don't know if I share the folder. Here's the AIW, here's the Retro 7800. You could download that one. Do you want the one that is 1 month old? You want to download that one? And this is Amiga. Okay, for the customer framework, you want to download that. Sega CD Part 1 is ready. You could download that for the theme. And Atari 52800 is here. And Sega CD Part 2. And then Game Watch. So you could download all that and just copy and paste like I was showing you. All right. And this is the customer firmware SD card, set up the SD card, very similar. I already did a video before, so those of you who already know how because of the whole video, but it's been a while. This was done 8 months ago, so it's been 8 months ago but when we last time talked about this. Okay, and there's the other stuff. That's the old customer firmware. All right, but all the setup, everything is the same. The game, everything is still the same. It just the customer framework has been updated. Okay, so everything, the old software, everything works. This is for the 2600. You want to download that. You want to download the Sharp X 6800. You could download that and just copy it to your computer to it. All right, so those are the other one that I already have. PC Engine, download that, install it. Okay, Wonder Swarm, download that, install it. So it's all there. Okay, you just have to search for it. All right, You just have to search for AIWO customer firmware by Johnny Liu, and you will find all this cool stuff that I already done. Then you have a DOS game that you download. You can play DOS game for customer firmware. Okay, you have a whole bunch of cool stuff. So just look for the one that say game. Oh, Swamps VM. Okay, this is for the customer firmware. All right, this is part 1, part 2. You need to go download this. This is a Sega Genesis 1000 game. Okay, you also have Makia, so you could download that. This is the Amiga, I can't pronounce it now. Tract, that's their software. And oh, ColecoVision, you download that, install it. Virtual Boy, download that, install it. Not install, you just copy and paste it to your SD card. That's it. You're just gonna copy and paste it. So you got all the, okay, this is done. You're ready to copy and paste. Let me show you how to do one of them, then you can do the rest yourself. Let me go ahead and then minimize that. Oh, actually, I could close it. Sorry, let me just close that program. Close that program, and then this is the Capcom that I download. So the way you transfer over is, where's my, I don't know where's my old drive now. All right, let's just click on one of this. Doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna look for my old drive, which is this one. Okay, now let's look at the partition now. We're gonna look at the property, see how much free space you have. You got 363 gigabyte free space. So when I go ahead and copy this, it will be no problem. Just copy and paste. So that's how you're going to install all the game that you see on the YouTube. All right, you look for the game that Johnny had for customer firmware. Download it, unzip it here. You're gonna do extract here, or you can use 7-zip and say extract here. Okay, once it's extracted, it's going to create this 2 folder. Copy and paste it. Now make sure you create a one for each one. Okay, don't just put everything all in the same place. Like this one I have for Capcom, this is for Genesis. So you're going to take this for Sega Genesis. Let me show you what it looked like again. You're going to say extract here. If you say extract here, it's going to look like this. Going to create this 2 folder. See retro and game. In the game, it's only going to, you want to replace it? Yes, you do. Replace everything. Okay. So you're going to go to Sega Genesis, and there's all the Sega Genesis game. All right. So you're going to do the same thing. Copy those 2. Copy. And then you're just going to paste it. And anytime I ask you to replace it, say yes, replace all. Okay, this is all independent software. You want to say replace all. All right, so it's different from the Neo Geo arcade stick. You do want to replace all. All right, so you do that for every single one of them. Do that for Sega Genesis. Let me see what else I have. I got Capcom, got May. Okay, there's May. Download it. Take that. Copy it and paste. All right, so now Sega Genesis is copying and May is copying. So now this one will have what? Sega Genesis, Capcom, and May. All right, so you have to download the Neo Geo, then you'll get Neo Geo and the other stuff. Okay, if you want Basil, you need to download Basil, copy this, and you put your Basil in here, do paste, same thing, and you will have Basil, meaning you will have the 2, you know, how the picture show the picture of the program, the Basil. Okay, so I'm copying Basil right now. So I got Sega Genesis, I got Capcom, got May, I got the Basil. So I need to go back and do the other one. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's how you create your SD card. All right, so once it's finished, we're gonna pop it in and check out the difference between this one and the one with the 256 gigabyte. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out my other SD card out, the 250. I was gonna copy my old SD card over to the new one, which is this is my old one. The two, you also have 1, 2, 3 partition, and this one I name it something different so I could recognize it. So you might want to rename this old drive to a different name so you know, oh, this is a 400 gigabyte customer firmware, like I did over here. So what I could do is I could take the old drive. I think I could do it while it's copying. Let's see. Go to property, and here that's what I'm going to say. This is a 400 gigabyte customer firmware 2_3 because there's only 8 character allowed, so it'd be 1 is 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Oh, that's too much. So let's take away the C, and let's take away the G. So we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, I'm gonna do apply, do OK. So now my old drive is gonna say customer firmware. So I need to refresh. I don't know, it's going to show it right away. Probably after next time. See, right now it say 400 customer firmware 2.3. So I know this is the new customer firmware. All right, so this is the old one, 256 gigabyte with the 2.0 version. I'm going to go ahead and reject that. Now, the SD card is the same for 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3, okay? So those of you who already have an SD card, you don't need to do this again. This is only for people who is the first time that never have an SD card. You want to do this, okay? But if you already have an SD card, you don't need to do what I'm doing right now. You could just take the old one and plug it into the system. So we're going to do that right now and check it out and see what it looked like, okay? So I'm going to reject my old one so we could do, I'm going to go ahead and do that. No, I just need to pick any one, doesn't matter. Just pick one and it will say safely rejected. It's going to take a little bit, few seconds. All right, so this is copying to my 400 gigabyte. See the file, when I change it, it showed that I did change the name. All right, so I'm gonna let that run. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully this video helped, but to show you the difference, how you create SD card, how do you download it and create a brand new SD card, because not everybody have. So I just unplugged my, and I'm gonna go ahead and move this to the table and record. Okay, so you guys, that's pretty much it on the AIW. So I will do another video. The update is the same. It's just the download link is different. So I will put down the download for the JIW and the download for this metal tool, and so you guys could get started. And then the JIW, I'm just going to show you. Yeah, I probably will show you the video too, how to do this as well, so you guys won't get confused. Okay. All right. Thank you. Hopefully this helped. If you have any question, please make a give me a shoot me a text. Let me know. And if please if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to get more of the new update that I have for AIW as well. And if you like the video and find this helpful, please give me a thumb up, and that will encourage me, motivate me. And I really appreciate you watching and take the time to look at this. All right, later, you guys.